Hi, everyone. This is just me saying hello and sharing a little bit about how this week's gone. On Tuesday, I had a conversation with Kristen Tweedale, and we thought we'd talk about making stuff and the creativity process. But instead, I think we ended up talking about everything that lives underneath the whole idea of what creativity is and how we show up for it. How she comes and she creates every day something, anything, and how I just randomly show up and sneak my art time in between dinner prep and dishes and school pickups and drop offs and things like that. So, yes, we did realize, I think going in, I knew that we're different, but I think coming out of that conversation, I realized that we're both making space for imperfect, joyful, deeply human creativity. And we agreed on one core thing: being willing to mess up is the most important creative skill any of us can have. There's just two ways about it. That's all you really need. Then yesterday, I read one of my published essays aloud for the first time. This was my first publication in an actual journal. Um, I was surrounded by very accomplished and well established writers, most of them holding an MFA degree and long publication lists. And I was terrified. And I told the group that I was very nervous going into this because my writing just felt like it wasn't up to that standard. But when I shared my essay and I shared that moment that I talk about in my essay about choosing my daughter over cultural expectations and norms and the rules of parenting, I choked up. I was not prepared for it. But I think what that did was that vulnerability also filled up other hearts. And I got a very emotional message today from one of the writers whose work is also in the journal. And she wrote to me, "Your essay moved me so deeply. As a parent, the weight of expectations of knots can be untenable. Despite cultural differences, this resonated with the core of my mama bear heart." And I just teared up again reading it this morning. And I think both of these experiences showed me this week that that's the kind of courage I want to keep practicing. And that's what creativity means to me. It's to show up however I am. I don't have to have makeup on. I don't have to make my hair. I can just be me and be okay with it. And that's enough. And so this Saturday, I'll be holding space for that again in the Ripple Room. It's a 90-minute creative gathering on Zoom. We'll just show up as we are and we make whatever we want to make. We'll witness each other's creative courage. There's obviously no pressure. There's no perfection because that's just a myth. It's just presence. So come as you are, and I'd love to have you there. And even if you can't come, it's fine. Wherever you are in your creative life, whether you're doing a daily practice or you're doing sporadic bursts or just quietly longing to start somewhere, there's room for you. We don't need to get it right. There is no right. There's just all of us figuring it all out. And if we can do it together in community, it just makes it a lot more fun. So come on Saturday, June 14, if you can. If you cannot, that's fine too. Have a very, very happy, relaxed, and wonderful weekend.